I believe in dreams. More specifically, I believe in childhood dreams. And by that, I mean the dreams we have when we are young, such as, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut and go to Mars. Or, when I grow up, I want to be Superman and save the world. All of our dreams, hopes, and aspirations are very important. But the dreams we have when we are young are especially important because when we are young, the world is big and new. And we're more full of imagination, and we're more free to decide what we want without the pressures of school or work or society. So, childhood dreams are very special, they should be cherished and encouraged. But, as we get older, we get told by society that our dreams are childish. We might hear from grown-ups that no, you can't be a writer when you grow up because writers, they don't make a lot of money. Or, no, you don't have a chance of winning the Nobel Prize because your grades are too low. Or even worse, no, son, you can't be a dinosaur when you grow up because dinosaurs are extinct. Now, I think the grown-ups, yeah, they're right about that last one. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes the grown-ups are wrong. So, in the past 4 years here at TJ, I've actually managed to achieve 3 of my biggest childhood dreams. And those dreams were 1, to be an illustrator, 2, to be a Chinese lion dancer, and 3, to cure cancer. Now, let me explain them to you one by one. So my first dream was to be an illustrator, and I started drawing around the age of 3, and I would spend whole afternoons just filling up pages of paper with drawings of dragons and horses and cats and dogs and birds and all sorts of animals. Now, of course, I wasn't Picasso when I was 3, but I think in the past 15 years I've gotten pretty decent. So, when I was young, I also really liked to read picture books. So, in elementary school, I decided my dream was to become a children's book illustrator. Now, unfortunately for my dream, I soon started hearing about how I have to focus on something other than arts because artists, they can't really support themselves. And also, coming to TJ, a school for science and technology and all things not arts, didn't exactly help with that. But I kept on drawing, and I didn't give up on that dream. And so at TJ, I did all sorts of things like doing logos and t-shirt designs for IBET and Homecoming. And Mrs. Phoebe, my 9th grade English teacher, saw some of my drawings, and one day she asked if I wanted to illustrate a story written by one of her former students. And it seemed like a pretty scary project, but I saw that this was my chance, so I agreed. And in the past few years, I worked with the author, Nick, on our book, and we had a lot of help from Mrs. Phoebe and Ms. Segal, who is a former creative writing teacher here. And after countless hours of editing the story and cranking out illustrations, we were able to publish Hillmop, a rapid scale, written by Nicholas Cousin and illustrated by Acacia Dai. So, dream number 1. My second dream was that I wanted to be a Chinese lion dancer. So when I was little, around Chinese New Year, I always loved watching Chinese lion dance performances on TV. So what happens is there's 2 people, one is the head and one is the tail, and they make this costume come alive by doing all sorts of acrobatics and stunts and tricks. And I thought this was just the coolest thing ever. I wanted to do that. Of course, this dream kind of went dormant for a while because how often do you see Chinese lion dance just anywhere on the street? So, and I thought that coming to TJ wouldn't help this either because it's the School of Science and Technology and not the Performing Arts. However, I soon found out that TJ students have such incredibly diverse cultural backgrounds. And in sophomore year, I went to see TJ's International Nights, and lo and behold, there was Chinese lion dance in there. So I saw, wow, at TJ, this opportunity exists, I have a chance. So as soon as I could, I joined Chinese Honor Society's lion dance team. And in my junior year, I performed in International Nights at Northrop Grumman. And over the summer, I helped Chinese Honor Society buy 2 sets of lion costumes so we wouldn't have to borrow them from other schools. So this year, at International Night, we did a combined lion dance and martial arts performance. And I hope that we inspired audience members to want to do lion dance as well. And with that, dream number 2 achieved. So, my third dream was that I wanted to cure cancer. And I did that here too, sort of. Let me explain. So, since this is a science and technology school, you probably thought that I spent hours slaving away in the biotech lab, looking at cancer cells under microscopes until my eyes bled. That's not what happened. What actually happened was I joined Relay for Life at TJ, a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society and cancer research. So in 9th grade, I joined just as a participant, and we did things like leaf raking and having bake sales. And at the end of the school year, we had an overnight event where everyone stayed up overnight to walk the track because cancer never sleeps, so neither do we. And it was such a meaningful event that I wanted to get more involved. So in my sophomore year, I applied to be on TJ Relay for Life's committee, which is an 8th period that organizes the entire event. Now, I ended up being the only sophomore on the committee because not that many underclassmen knew about it, but it was still a very meaningful experience. And the next year, when I joined the committee again, I was the only junior who already had a year of experience. So I was selected to be the junior event chair, and my job was to follow the senior event chair so that I could one day learn how to organize the entire event. So here I am now. This year I am the event chair of Relay for Life at TJ. We're leading over 600 participants towards raising a goal of $100,000 to help cure cancer. And so, my dream number 3 is on its way to being achieved. So, what should you take away from this? I've achieved 3 of my dreams, but how can you achieve yours? So I found that there are 3 things you can do. Number 1 is really know what your dreams are. Make them a part of you and don't give up on them. That makes it easier for you to recognize opportunities when they come. Number 2 is keep on expressing your talents and building up your skills. Because even if you recognize an opportunity, you need to be capable of actually taking it. So you need to keep on improving yourself. And number 3, do a lot of activities, attend a lot of events, and make a lot of friends. Because that increases the number of opportunities you get and increases the chance of finding someone who can help you achieve your dream. So, recognize, take, and create opportunities. What I also want you to take away from this is that it's never too late to follow your dreams. As Paulo Coelho, author of The Alchemist, wrote, when you want something, when you truly want something, the entire universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And actually, just now, I've achieved one more dream. When I was little, I dreamed of giving a presentation in front of a big live audience. And it's all thanks to you that I was able to achieve this. And I really hope that one day, all of your dreams come true too. Thank you.